Hey guys, I'm Dr. Mark Cooper, board certified gastroenterologist. My office staff and patients will ask me about crazy TikTok videos, so I thought I would take a look and see if there's any truths.
Y'all ever been on the toilet and y'all just couldn't poo? Well, I've got a hack for you. When you're on the toilet and you can't poo, make this sound on the toilet. And watch. Watch, y'all.
Relaxing is an important part of being able to have a bowel movement, so if her method works for you, then great. Just be careful that you don't develop a Pavlovian response and go to yoga class. That could get real awkward. Factors like stress and pain in your posture can lead to you carrying a lot of tension in your pelvic floor muscles. And that tension means that there's less room to move a bowel movement through, and those muscles are too tight to relax and appropriately move to facilitate a bowel movement. And thankfully, there's tests that can evaluate if you have this problem, and there are physicians and therapists who are dedicated to helping you solve it. And those can be a great resource for people that are having trouble to adequately relax to have a good bowel movement.
All right. Number one, this is one of the best ones. Dried figs. Number two,
sensible.
Water. That's right. Water, water, water. If you're having trouble, if you drink tons of water, yeah, it's going to make.
So you definitely need to have fiber in your diet. Figs are a good way to get that, but there's other ways too. And she is right. This is a synergistic effect. You need to have the fiber and you need to have the water. So overall, she's completely correct so far, but it's not going to make you poop instantly because the poop that's sitting down at the bottom of your colon, it's already hard. And having fiber today is not going to magically soften it. So it's a process of putting that into your diet to gain regularity. But let's see where else she's going to go with this.
And third, if you really got an issue,
oh, good.
Castor oil. Tablespoon
What?
of castor oil.
How did she just said castor oil? She went from like completely sensible about fiber and water and then suggested castor oil? That's like the Linzess of the 1800s. We have better medicines today, like Linzess. Linzess is a very potent medication that helps people with constipation. And it's also been demonstrated that for people that have IBS constipation type, it reduces the related pain. So I don't really know why you would use castor oil in this day and age. I mean, this is like what Mussolini used to torture dissidents. So just stick to Linzess, please.
Wait, massage here, and you will poop.
Am I like not getting the right spot? I think I pretty much am. And I'm not pooping. Okay, your ear is not like a TV remote that helps you push a button and get the response you want. You are under control of your bowel movements through your sphincter, not through your ear. There's this false idea that your ear is magically connected to the rest of your body. Now, certainly if it helps you to relax, then that may be helpful for having a bowel movement. But I think it's going to put me to sleep sooner than make me poop.
Your vagina.
It's like she's telling
you
us
can
a
feel the
secret.
poop, and you can just.
It's like it's a poppin' champagne bottle. This is called vaginal splinting, and it involves putting a finger into the vagina and applying pressure posteriorly. That supports the anterior wall of the rectum. This can be helpful if you have a condition like a rectocele, where the back of the house is pushing into the front of the house. This can occur after childbirth if there's been damage to the perineal body. The perineal body is like an anchor point of a complex group of muscles that forms the pelvic floor. So this is a very common problem in women, especially as they age. It can cause problems with defecation as well as urination. If it's a big problem, then women may need to have pelvic floor therapy. They may also use a device called a pessary, which is inserted into the vagina to provide support through the day. It has to be removed at night just to prevent problems of infection or ulcers. They may even decide that they need to have surgery. But it's a perfectly safe method to do vaginal splinting. Obviously, we all got here because something was stuck up in there. So it's perfectly safe. Just be careful if you have nail art.
It's called splinting, and everybody can do it. You can either push up and back on the outside, on another model, pushing up and back, or insert your thumb vaginally, push up and back.
I don't think I've had that many body parts thrown at me since anatomy class. We're actually being explained two different procedures here. One we've already been talking about is vaginal splinting, and that's really only a luxury that a person with a vagina can embark upon. The other technique is called perineal body self-acupressure. And what you're looking for is the perineal body that I mentioned earlier, and that resides just in front of the anus. Again, it's an anchor point for all those complex muscles of the pelvic floor. And by supporting that, if you have problems with your pelvic floor, it can help you to have an easier bowel movement. So yes, this is a good method, it works, but if you're having to use it regularly, I want to make sure that you're not having other problems or that you may benefit from pelvic floor therapy. This is a really complex topic and there's many variants of how the problem can occur. And so if you're interested, tell me in the comments below and we can do a dedicated video on this topic.
Does anyone have any life hacks on pooping?
Yeah, I got some life hacks on pooping.
It's been 5 days.
Girl, I got you. All you gotta do is melt some butter,
Yes.
get some warm prune juice,
Yes.
mix it, chug it, and you're set. And all my nurses can back me up. It works
Yes.
wonders.
It does. I will back up this nurse because she's absolutely right. This can work miracles. And I love it when the nurses do this in the hospital because we would get tons of consults in the hospital for constipation when there's an opportunity for the nurse to fix so many of these problems when we just let them. As she says, we're often giving things like Miralax, Mag Citrate. Our patient may have already gotten an enema. And so while I do think there is some magic to prune juice and butter, I also think that it's an effect of you've been working on this for a few days and then it does finally get it to go. Much like that castor oil, but I think the prune juice and butter is gentler. Now, I would not want you to use this regularly at home. It'd probably be not the best thing for your heart to be having that much saturated fat. However, it's certainly helpful in a pinch. And so I'm very excited that this nurse is on TikTok. And I think we found some good videos today. Thank you for watching with us. And we're going to find more TikTok hacks in the future. Some of them are going to be absurd, but we're also going to get some good ones like our physical therapist and our nurse. So please keep watching. Thank you and be safe.